Hello, everyone. Welcome to the On My Way to Work podcast. First episode where I'm actually on my way to work. So just getting started here. I'm really excited to be the second episode. I really don't think too much happened this week. There's something that I was going to talk about, but I forgot about it, so it couldn't be that important, right, guys? If you can't remember it, it's not that important, right? I don't think so. That is probably something. It is probably important. But it's not important because I don't remember it. And so you won't be hearing about it. Except maybe in the future. Maybe because I maybe talk about it on the other podcast I do. The last video, if you remember at the end, I told you that I would talk about my caving experience. Because I kind of ran out of time at the end there. So, let's just start right in there. Normally, I'd like to start with some small talk, just what's been going on in my life. It wasn't really interesting that week, so I don't feel like I need to. There's a raccoon in the road. That was interesting. I didn't hit it. It wasn't me. So I guess I could talk about that. Yeah, I guess I haven't talked about that, have I? I did actually hit a raccoon a while back, long while back. Like, I was just going down the road, couldn't see it, and it just was right in front of my car. By the time I saw it, I was already hitting it. There was nothing I could do. And, yeah, I kind of hurt my car. Oh, that's what I'm going to talk about. Yes, that reminds me. The raccoon talk reminded me of what I needed to talk about. Raccoon hit me. And then there's a little bit of damage. A little bit. Like the tire side bumper fell off. Because I think it got like chopped off or something. There's a clean cut. They cut it off somewhere. And then part of the undercarriage got cut off. And then I was like, alright, I should fix this. Didn't fix it. Alright, Tate, today I will fix this. Didn't fix it. That went on for a couple months. And now we go to yesterday. Yep, yesterday. Because of course it happened yesterday. Yesterday, driving home from work, I just hear a bunch of boom, 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 kerclunk. Bunch of loud noises that aren't good signs at all. And it wasn't good. Turns out, shockingly, it was not good noises. The entire liner from my fender had almost completely ripped out. It was hanging on by a thread, barely hanging on, like under the, I don't know what you call it, the liner on the side of the car. It's barely hanging on. And also, through these past few months, the other part of the undercarriage, the splash control thing, it had been shredded completely because I had ignored the problem, even though it was actually perfectly fine, other than you probably could have just fixed a little bit and it would have been fine for at least a little longer. Now it's just completely shredded. Now I have to buy a completely new part. So yeah, bad mistake on my part. I feel like recently it's all been car. This one, at least my car is still functioning, just I would like to have my fixed car back, because dirt not good. I don't want dirt all over everything. So that leads to rusting and all that stuff. I'm not a car expert. Don't ask me about cars. I don't really know. But yeah, no, anyway, we deal with that, duct tape it, day goes on at normal. And then, I also saw a dead raccoon on the road, which kind of I almost hit that one too. It was dead. It was already dead before I got there. I almost hit it. I just barely braked in time, because I wasn't going too crazy fast. And I saw it because it was actually in the daylight. And it wasn't just in the middle of the night. So that was, it made it easier to not hit the raccoon. It also didn't suddenly run out the road. It was already in the road because it was dead, and it couldn't move because it was dead. But yeah, no, that happened. And then, yeah, you know how I said I'd get to the caving thing about, like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 minutes ago? Yeah, I'm getting to that now. So, basically, we're visiting family in Kentucky, and we went to, like, a resort place, and they had these caves we could explore. Well, we decided, oh, that sounds pretty fun. We should go on one. And so it was like, we had a guide, but you had to wear like a helmet on and gloves because your skin oils would get on it, and that wouldn't be good for the cave. And then you had to have like a headlamp because it's dark, complete natural darkness down there. So we went in. It was a bit of a trek to get there. It wasn't too bad though. We had to go through this like gate thing that they opened up for us because, I mean, obviously they don't want just anyone walking in there. And then it's been a while since I don't exactly remember the exact details, but we were walking around, and at first I really wanted to try and avoid getting wet. So whenever we get to like the deep water, because there was a lot of deep water, and it was also like, it was not too crazy low at first, but the ceiling was a bit low, so I tried to go around the water. Eventually I gave up. I also hit my head like 1 billion times. That wasn't fun, but that's why we had the helmet on, because it was inevitable. So it didn't hurt quite as much. And then we get through the end. There's like one point where there is not a whole lot of space. It's going up to about here. And the ceiling's just above my head. There's also like this really small hole you have to go through. I mean, it's not crazy small, but it's enough to where you kind of have to like slide down there. And so we had to be a little careful, one at a time, that kind of thing. And then as we've gone through, eventually, like they said, we get to the end, and they're like, oh, well, you can either go back the way we came, or there's a way to where you can go, I don't remember what they called it, but some kind of a toilet area where you like almost are completely submerged. And I was like, you know what? I'm going caving. I'm going to get the full experience, because at this point, I am already soaking wet. I do not care. Because obviously, we left all our stuff. We didn't bring our phone. There was like one dude who brought his phone in like a Ziploc, or not a Ziploc bag, but a water sealed bag, so he could actually use his phone and take pictures, so he was fine. But so I went in this area, right? And the water is up to my neck. To be fair, they did warn us about this. It goes all the way up to my neck. And my head was basically standing on top of the cave. Especially with the helmet on, I was basically touching the top. And then, actually, I think I might have had, I had to crouch too. I was like crouched down. So it wasn't like it was so tall. It's just that it was so short and there's a lot of water, so there's barely any room for my head. It was like at my head, so we get through that, and then there's the main cave diver guy and some other people. They were there, and they wanted to completely submerge themselves in the water, like take a quick dive. And I, with my bright ideas, decided, yes, that's exactly what I want to do. And so, as I did, I dunked my head completely underwater. I mean, obviously at this point I'm already soaked, but my head's not soaked. So, yeah, no, that that kind of sucked. It was really bad. Oh, bird almost got hit. Ooh, bird, you're playing with fire. But yeah, no, it was cold too. This isn't warm water, by the way. This is freezing cold water. And so I did that, and I think we actually went for seconds. So I went for a second dive. So I'm like, I'm getting the experience. At this point, I was to the point where I didn't care. And I was just there to cave and have fun. At first, I was like, oh, I'd like to be dry because there's other stuff to do. It's not like this is the only reason we were going here. But yeah, no, that hope was soon gone. Very much gone. So yeah, no. After that, we eventually, there's nothing else that happened too much beyond that point. I believe there was like a little extra space, and they showed us where there was like the actual fin thin layer where you have to crawl through that we weren't going through because it wasn't safe and we're not professional cave divers and all that stuff. And then we eventually reached the end. I'm soaking wet. Eventually changed clothes, obviously. There's not a whole lot I could do about that part. I was going to have to change no matter what. And then, yeah. That was my caving experience, basically. Oh my goodness. Maybe need to focus a little more on my driving. Yeah, no. Caving experience. Man, I am actually getting pretty close to the end. I wanted to bring up some more stuff, but that caving story took a lot longer than I thought it would. I was kind of expecting it to last like 5-10 minutes, and I'd have time for something else. But it's not really. I'm trying to think of something that would be a short story, so I don't have to put it off at a cliffhanger, because I'm kind of getting close to the end of this. Ooh. And the thing is about this, I can't really be like, oh, hold on, I'll take a quick break and I'll still have the same amount of time. I have to drive. I'm not just going to go off the side and park and wait and think. So I have to kind of think on the spot. And the longer I think, the less time I have. I mean, I guess I could bring this up. Yeah, so there seemed to be some misunderstanding about the last episode. Someone had commented. Saying I could survive, when I clearly stated that I don't think I could survive because of the mental insanity. On my point of view, it's less about the what you call it, the survival than it is the. I mean, I guess it is a part of survival. The social aspect is what really killed me, and technology. There's also a bit about technology that's like. Not just cell phones, not just a generic, oh, those young people and their cell phones, damn gosh darn cell phones are going to glue their brain and make them be wrong. No, it's not just that. It's all the electronics. It's not just cell phones. It is also washing machines, showers, the basic stuff we take for granted. Shucks. I'm gonna have to go. Yeah, I don't know. I barely made that turn. I was thinking about it. I couldn't really stop. It was like just on the edge of, do I stop or do I go? And I went, but probably should have stopped, honestly. But it's fine. It's fine. But you know, back to what I was talking about, the laundry machine. Like, that's been around for quite a while. And everything electronic, the radio, that's been the television even has been around for a long time. Even like housing. You would have to make your own housing. I know it's not like you have this unlimited supply of brick. That takes a lot of effort to build, like the concrete. And concrete is really hard to build. It takes a long time. It's a very complicated process that you can't just do. Like, oh, it's not like Minecraft where you can just be like, oh, I got this from punching wood. You can't just punch wood. And yeah, no. Oh my goodness. Thanks, man. Really love it. Thanks for cutting me off. Yeah, it's just not simple. It's not that simple. I really don't think I could survive. I think I would be, I think I could try, but I think I'd fail in the end, because there's not a whole lot. I mean, what am I going to do? There's only so much I can do. Sure, I might be able to live off the land for a little while, but what happens if, let's say it's just an island with a diverse ecosystem, what happens when the large predators come to kill me? What am I going to do? Or what happens if I get sick and I can't treat it? There's no medicine. Unless this is a bringing stuff to the island scenario where you have something you can bring, in which case that would be your thing, but that's not unlimited. And while medicine does last a long time and we don't really have to think about it, in the world where you have limited supply, they will eventually run out or expire. Because, I mean, you'll run out or expire eventually. I guess that probably wouldn't be the first thing. That if you have the medicine on hand, that's not like the worst thing in the world. Because, I mean, obviously at that point, you've been living there for a little bit. And there are obviously natural cures, but they don't work not nearly as well. As I'm sure we've all heard, well, not all heard, but like the Oregon Trail, where so many people died of sickness. It would kind of be like that. I mean, obviously you wouldn't be moving around a lot. And they had like some stuff. We have even less. You'd have even less. You wouldn't have anything besides like that one item you'd bring to the thing. And yeah, I know I spent a lot of time on this whole thing. I think that's actually where I'm going to end it off. I'm just about to get to work. And so I hope you guys enjoyed the second episode of the On My Way to Work podcast. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.